Came out. It was short notice. It was the middle of a working afternoon, and I think the fact that we got such a crowd here today is such a statement to the way we felt, the way we love Dick, and it's so good to see so many faces out here, so many wants in his life. The afternoon is going to be largely time for everyone to mingle, to have some drinks, have some food, reminisce, catch up with each other. We do have a few people who have asked to speak, so there will be some talks, and there's going to be some music. A few people that have gotten together are going to play some songs. Our first speaker is going to be Jeff Marshall in about 10-12 minutes. So in the meantime, get yourself another beverage. Later on, and I want to make sure that people are aware of this, we will be having a Scotch toast to Dick later on in the afternoon, so hold on to that. Okay, so in 10 minutes we'll be back up. Please refill your drinks.
So he did allow it? He did allow it?
You know, I walked over to the liquor store and bought it together. So I could get his discount.
It is live streaming the slideshow.
What?
So everything you just said is on the live stream?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
No, right now. I'm live streaming the slideshow.
Okay. Good idea. Actually, yeah. People come in and say, oh yeah, something's going on.
Yeah.
Do you have sound as well? We do. I'm going to be quiet now.
Everything you say will be recorded through on the Calgary Mountain Club page. We have 2 viewers.
Peter Ross.
He is. I did see him. Yeah. In true Peter Ross fashion. He introduced himself to me. I was like, I know. He's met. I'm shocked. I mean, Heidi doesn't know.
She's like,
A little bit. My person backpack is actually in the sound stage, so I'm hoping it's okay.
it's pretty trustworthy, but
I know it's weird, but I'm actually very
oh, that doesn't bother me at all. Of course it is. Well, it's funny, I was telling you that that's the first time. It's nice to see.
That's my mom and my brother.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Yeah, well, you just gotta recognize the type of person that is. Oh, that's my dad's account. My dad's account. Before it was green. my goodness. That's at my dad's house too. That's right underneath the doorbell. That's us. Oh, is it? Yeah. We used to have a hideous wallpaper there.
Hello? Okay, so if I could just get your attention again, please. So a couple announcements. One is just so that everybody's aware, and if we have any serious privacy advocates in the crowd, you might want to leave. We've had a few requests from people that wanted to attend but could not. People on the West Coast, people in the States, all sorts of other friends of Dick's that said, would have loved to be here, but unfortunately we just can't get the travel. And they asked if we could live stream this to the Mountain Club Facebook page. And so just so people know, we are doing that. So people that are up here speaking will be live streamed. This show here is being live streamed. When we do toasts, that'll probably be in there too. So, say a lot of people wanted to be here but couldn't. I want to introduce members of Dick's family that are here. We're going to start off with Louise, Dick's wife. I don't know, Louise, can you stand there so people can see where you are? Oh, wave. Thank you, Louise. On Louise's right is Graham, their son. And also sitting there is Leslie, their daughter. Okay, with that, I'd like to ask Jeff Marshall to come to the stage, please. I don't think Jeff needs much of an introduction. When I first met Jeff, he spent hours introducing himself to me and explaining all of his great first ascents. Jeff Marshall.
Is that okay? Good. Okay, well, you know, I've known Dick for years. He was one of the guys when I first joined the club and taught me the fine art of boozing. So he did that for many, many years. Back in the early 90s, I took Tabs and Dick along with John Quinn up on the circus. That was huge for those guys. It was funny, the following week, when I was at the Mountain Club, there was like a couple of roosters walking around the bar. Anyway, so about a week later, 2 weeks later, Tabs couldn't make it, so Dick and I went out to do Takaka Falls, which was another dream route of Dick's, I guess. So in typical Mountain Club fashion, the one thing I liked about Dick more than anything else is it was a hooligan. And that worked great for me. So anyway, we left Calgary with a case of beer, which disappeared somehow in the way Canmore, and spent probably 4 hours in Canmore, and ended up leaving with another case of beer, which disappeared by the time we got to the Takaka parking lot. So we were up till about 3 or 4 in the morning, and then 2 other friends of mine showed up at 7 in the morning. Dick and I are in the back of the truck, kind of looks over at me, it's like, sorry buddy, we gotta go. And so anyway, I managed to get him out of the sleeping bag. So we're still drunk, skiing into Takaka, which is probably better, it's a long ski in. But halfway through the day, we started getting hungover. And we're pitched from the top. I'm sitting there on the balloon deck, and he says to me, Jeff, you just do this, I'm going to stay here, and we'll just tell everybody I did it. So I looked at him and I said, You'll kill yourself if you don't do this. So anyway, he did manage it, came down. He was about my age that I am right now. And we got back up to the parking lot, and everybody was just wasted. And it's like, well, we didn't want to drive home, so what are we going to do? Dick, the man of experience, told us about the Lake Louise shitters. It was heated, running water, perfect. So we went, and they just cleaned it too. It was really nice, actually. Anyway, the four of us got there, and Dick pulls out a bottle of scotch. So I looked at him and I said, you know, Dick, when my dad was your age, he wasn't doing that. He said, I know how to live. So anyway, those guys proceeded, I hate scotch, so those guys proceeded to get drunk again. And yeah, that was one of my best days in the hills ever, I think, was that day with Dick. So here's to you, buddy.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. With that, we'll take another 10-15 minutes, recharge, and then we'll have another presenter on. Thank you.
I was saying to your dad though, like every picture you post is different. I'm noticing that too.
How you doing?
Ken?
Huh?
Ken?
Yes, Ken. Mountain Club, Calgary Mountain Club. Ex officio member, you know.
So we can keep talking. Thank you.
There's going to be one more go around. I did bring a speaker. It's sitting right there. Well, we can look that up in the next one. Sure.
Oh, okay, that might be a problem.
I guess just
No. Yeah, I'm keeping most of that way. I'm going to do like a sweep of the crowd and then back down.
today.
Oh, I'm not like zooming in on anybody. I'm just sort of watching. But yeah.
Well, after checking, anytime. I think we're trying to do
You're here for the exact same reason everybody else is.
Yeah. Well, we have 2 more hours. When shit comes back,
I mean, half of them don't know me.
or
They know my dad. They just don't know me. So.
I have a letter.
Don't worry about it. Oh God, I have all those photos on my phone.
And
It might be more fun if you wait.
I don't need people seeing me. It's a bad night for all. Oh my God.
I think, and then I don't see that card.
I was like, oh my God, that is my brother.
Fiddle Ian Rowe, and I don't know where he is. Do you know who he is?
They sort of more came right in right to you.
Basically, Henry, if you could let anybody ask him to know that we're going to fit them in, they could even ask, say, I'm ready to go. That would be actually quite helpful. Yeah, that would be good. Thank you very much. Yeah, a little bit, because
This is a riveting live stream.
thanks a lot. Like we
Now we're looking at
Unless you have a
How are you doing, by the way? All right, yeah. Like, yeah, right. Yeah, well, you know, it could be worse. A lot worse. Actually, way. Many times worse. Overall, it's good. I mean, look at this. We got a lot of friends, right? It's pretty neat. I like being part of this. And I'd like to think that when any of us go, they'll all come for us too.
You know what?
Although this is
How do
their...
we pause the show?
I don't really know.
All right, so after the next speech, I will be stopping the show for a little bit, and we'll be resuming about 10 minutes after that. Just a heads up.
Hello.
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 Okay. So. Hello. Everybody wave. Okay, so as I mentioned last time, we are live streaming and we are having people phone in from Edmonton and I think a few other places to say they're watching. So it works. It is amazing. For those of you that haven't discovered it yet, there is food in the table at the back, courtesy of the Mountain Club and the Howe Foods, so please take advantage of the food. There's a silent auction going on over here, and if you haven't had the time to go over and see it, so it's various items that Dick's family has suggested that we can auction off. And if you're wondering what the funds coming from the silent auction, we're going to build a memorial bench for Dick. And it's going to be put in the Ghost River Valley. We're looking at various locations up that where one can sit up high, look over the valley, see some of the places that we've climbed, some of the places where Dick climbed. So when you're looking at the silent auction, wondering where the funds are going, it's going to fund the construction of this bench. Tabs is going to be doing the construction. So please do take a moment, go take a look at the silent auction there. Anybody that would like to speak this afternoon and hasn't done so yet, please visit Andrew. Andrew, just stand up so everyone can see you are. Guy in the white shirt.
I have a tartan tie.
Andrew organizes all of our slideshows. He organized the slides that you're seeing here today, and he's been working madly to put this program together. So if you want to talk to him, he'll get you in the schedule for this afternoon. With that, I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Chic Scott. A hand for Chic.
Yeah, banging this table's not the best.
Thank you, Ken. It's great to see so many people here to remember Dick. Ken, you're a tall guy. I had a speech written. I like to do that, but after watching Jeff Marshall, no, I'll have to admit this one, it would be terrible. So I'd like to say, I knew Dick for a long time. I've known him for a long time. Dick and I joined the Calgary Mountain Club at the same time, 1963. So, thank you. Although we weren't founding members, people like Don Boggroth, Glenn Bowles, Brian Greenwood, those people were founding members, but Dick and I were in there pretty early. And Dick and I were lucky enough to see the Mountain Club for 50 years, through its whole life. For Dick, the club was his family, and for me it was too. We saw the years of the Greenwood years in the 60s, and Lachlan, the years of the junior boys choir, and then those fabulous years in the 80s with what some people call the Wild Boys. So it was a fabulous time. And Dick and I, we both loved the club. We knew each other pretty well, but you know, I never climbed with Dick much. I think we did one route up near the Columbia ice fields after some sort of an outing, and a little thing on a little cliff that it was about 5'4", and we called it Veterans Delight. So that was the only time we did. But I really got to know Dick in the mid-'80s. When I was president of the club, I asked if Dick could be my vice president. So from 1985 to 87, Dick and I ran the club, and those were great years. It was the years when Jeff Marshall and Kevin Doyle were out there climbing the hard routes, and Dick and I were organizing the parties. So we had the dream team, the drinkers organizing the parties and the climbers doing the climbing. And it was a great time. Those 80s were a healthy. A lot of you here in the room were there in the 80s. They were a good time. And you remember those big dinners that we had down at the Danish Canadian Club with 200 people. They were fabulous. And Dick was the guy who organized them. He was always good to work with, organized, and you know, he got things done. There's lots of people can talk a good line, but Dick actually got things done. So that was really great. I have to see where I'm going next. But above all, Dick was a gentleman. I didn't really get drunk with him a lot of times, but we had a lot of nice visits. Dick was always a gentleman. He would always have a smile on his face. He was always a pleasure to be with. And I'll always remember that. Even in his last years, that were difficult. Most of you know the story of that unfortunate surgery that left him in a wheelchair. But, you know, despite that terrible blow, he always had a smile on his face, and he's always cheery and tried to look on the bright side of life. And I'll always remember Dick as a gentleman, a fine man, a good friend, beautiful musician. I love singing, you know, the Wild Mountain Time with Dick with a glass in our hand. It was wonderful to enjoy the music with Dick. He had a beautiful voice, and he really entertained us. He was magic when he sang. So I'll have wonderful memories of Dick, and I'm sorry he's gone, but I'll try to remember the good times we had with this very special man. Thank you.
thank you, Chic. Our next presenter will be up probably about another 15 minutes, so please continue on. Thank you.
It's okay. We'll do live streaming.